Good morning, millennials, and welcome back to The Toast. Happy Monday.
Slur.
Happy Monday of swirly summer. Better. Oh my God, wait, I forgot to put on lipstick. You talk. I just look like seriously sick.
Me talk? Well, I'm proud and pleased to usher you into this wonderful week of swirly summer. It's on and popping. I feel as though Turdy and I had a very swirly weekend, and we're so excited to share with the class all of our swirly adventures. But I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend and are ushering this Monday in on the right foot. You know, it's all you can hope for in a swirly summer week. That's the truth. We have a major week coming up because we have this fabulous show, The Toast, if you're listening. Hey, how you doing? And we have another GSNO live show at the Hubbard this week. So we are just really making the most of swirly summer. We're moving next week, which I feel like one of those vloggers that's like, we're moving vlog.
I'm back. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, it's just been a morning. What were you saying?
That this is a major week in swirly summer.
We've got our last Jizno.
We had a wonderful weekend, which we'll talk about, and that we're moving next week.
But
and
this is our last week in this moldy house, this here studio.
We should be like influencers who tease, we're moving.
Okay, Jade Roper-Tolbert.
I was talking about Jade Roper-Tolbert at the live show because the Roper-Tolberts are moving. They live in California right now. And she was doing like a couple videos being like, we're moving. And I was really invested. Like, where are they moving? Right. I like knowing when and where people move, especially people with families. Like, oh, where are we settling down? Where are we putting down roots? And they're moving back to Kansas City, which is where they came from 5 years ago. I want to know, like, why?
I think they're moving to Kansas.
Yeah, I threw in the city.
Yeah. And I could understand why someone would move to Kansas City these days, like I would.
That's something that I will proudly own.
You need to work on.
No.
Oh.
I'm owning.
Okay.
Kansas City. It's always going to be a little bit of a mystery for me.
Oh, I agree with that. And I've actually been to Kansas City and I love it. And I think you would seriously like be so happy to.
I'm sure I would.
So yeah, we're moving.
They're moving back to Kansas. Like, I actually would like a moving vlog from them.
Yeah. Well, you will not be getting a moving vlog from us because there is so many balls in the air with just like moving houses, Jizno. We're headed back to New York City in a week as well because we have 2 more shows at the Beacon Theater. It's kind of like awkward, like going back to New York. Like, I don't know New York.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Literally.
We'll be in our studio for one day.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's fun.
Yeah, that is going to be a nice change of pace.
I actually don't know if we are able to. I stole all this equipment.
We'll
I don't know
figure
if
it
we have
out.
a functional studio in New York.
Is this our camera from New York?
We have a bunch of extras. This is an extra camera. These lights are rented. It's more the microphones.
Well, we could podcast from anywhere.
Yeah, we could also just like rent a studio.
Oh, yeah,
those
we
are
could
things,
go do a fancy studio.
Those are things we'll need to figure out.
Let's do fancy.
We are fancy. So Jizno is coming up this week. When is that, Thursday? I wanted to share something that happened to us this weekend. I think we should talk about it.
Okay, a lot of things happened.
The one thing in particular, and I feel like it's not even on your radar of things to share on The Toast.
Okay.
We've been getting a lot of pushback, a lot of sort of
flack
for not watching Love Island.
Okay, I accept that. Here's the thing. If I were in a different time in my life, and maybe if we weren't together, I would have watched Love Island because I like Love Island. I watched the bad seasons. I watched the seasons nobody watched. And and so did you. But we're just like enjoying time together, wholesome things. Like, we're not sitting in front of the TV for hours on end. Like, no shade to you, but shade. You've watched 50 hours of television and we haven't.
Yeah, no, and it's like summer. We're outside, like till the break of dawn.
Sun. We're touching grass.
Yeah, and not only that, this weekend it was Friday night. We were like, okay, the kids are down. The TV is on. Let's watch something. And we put on Love Island.
I advocated for it because I was like, I feel like, because there's no better feeling than when you're seriously in Love Island.
Yeah, no, of course. And I can't lie. Like, I feel jealous. Everybody's like talking about this one thing. And I'm sure it's amazing. We watched the first 5 minutes and like not to be like such a grandma. And I'm not like this. I'm not even like clutching my pearls ever. I saw like 4 buttholes. Like, it was so much ass. And I was like, wait, this is what people are watching? And like, I didn't understand why there was so much slow-mo ass clapping. Like, it was just bizarre. I didn't know that was the vibe of the show. And I love to clap my ass and I love to see others clap their ass. I wasn't prepared for that. And I don't know if that was like the vibe with like the family friendly energy we were sort of harnessing in the living room. So we turned it off.
It's like, it's not going to be something we're going to watch during the day with like kids passing through. It was just not wholesome. And it's a weird way to open the show. And it hasn't been like that in seasons past.
No. Remember Shannon and Josh came on The Toast, like literally, are they still together? From the season of Love Island USA that not one singular person watched except for us.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why Love Island is popular, and I'm so glad that the USA one is having a moment because they've kind of been dogged in the community for not being as good as UK.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
we tried and we felt weird, like, all watching it like, together.
We felt, that's really
with all the ass.
At the end of the day, like, we felt weird watching it.
However, like, I'm sure it's still really good. And also the first few episodes of any Love Island are really slow and hard to get into because the best people aren't there yet. And people, like, it's very slow and you have to give it that time. And we couldn't give it that sort of time.
No, and we were never going to even make a dent in the amount of episodes we would need to watch to be prepared for what happened on the finale last night. Like, we were never going to be caught up. So I just sort of like gave up, but we tried. And like, let's say this, what have we watched while we've been here for almost a month? We have watched 4 episodes of Lessons in Chemistry. Loving it, by the way. That's, you know, a family-friendly show.
And that was on the content list. So finally, like the content list, I always keep a list of good things to watch with the family that are actually never good. Oh, DCC was also on it.
DCC was, yes. Okay, so we watched DCC and we've watched nothing. And let me say this, the Olympics are starting this week. I can't watch anything except the Olympics. Like, I will be back on my TV shit. The TV will be on 24/7 starting Saturday. Opening ceremonies. We got to have like a watch party. Also,
you guys can take solace in knowing that probably in 8 months I'll watch Love Island US. So if you want to hear my thoughts, stay tuned for that.
That's definitely exciting. Yeah. That's definitely exciting.
But it's frustrating that I can't watch like with Twitter. Like, I'll only get the tweets from the last episode.
No, I know. There is something to be said about, like, no matter if it's a good piece of content or not, about watching something with the rest of the world.
Right.
It's so fun.
There's also something to be said. Like, Zach and I watched Love Island UK season 5, the one, Molly May, last year.
Right.
And it was just us. And we were like in this world and it was us against the rest of the world. And it was also a beautiful experience.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that experience.
And there's so much had happened. Like, is Maura still with this person? Like, we were able to really know how the chips fell. How the chips fell. Like, who was lying.
Yeah.
Who was really in a real relationship. So I'm excited for Love Island Jackie's version.
So all that to say, hope, you know, whatever other podcast you listen to is talking about what happened on Love Island, because we're not.
No, we're not. But we will let you know when and where you can get a free Krispy Kreme.
Right. And how many other shows can say that?
Yeah, true.
How many other shows can say that?
And we'll also let you know that we went to the Luke Combs concert this weekend.
Oh my God, right.
If you listened to the episode on Friday, it was kind of like a will they, won't they?
Yeah.
And they did.
We did. We took the journey. It was about a 2.5-hour car ride, which, like, in hindsight doesn't seem so crazy, but in the moment it was really crazy.
No, and also with the option for traffic, that could have made it a 4-hour car ride.
Yeah, and if you know the landscape of, like, New York tri-state area, like, you know how out of the way. Like, there's no normal way to get to where we needed to go.
Yeah.
But we did it. And let's say this, greatest decision ever made.
Yeah. We needed it.
This feeling feels like nostalgic to me because I had the same sort of feelings the last time I saw Luke when me and Margot spent the weekend in Boston to see his last tour. Just awe, just gratitude. And, you know, I hate to do this, but every time anyone talks about Luke Combs, like, you always are comparing naturally Morgan Wallen. Same with like Taylor Swift and Beyonce. It's like annoying you can't talk about Beyonce without bringing up Taylor Swift. You can't talk. But with that one, like, I actually feel like they're on the same level, and it's not like a disrespectful comparison. It's a little annoying. It's not disrespectful. I came on this show after I saw Morgan Wallen at the same exact stadium at MetLife, and what did I say? I said, meh. And I think we really need to stop comparing Luke and Morgan Wallen. And honestly, like, justice for Lainey Wilson, because Morgan Wallen shouldn't have won Entertainer of the Year. Like, now, you know what I mean? Like, not to keep comparing the two, and I'm going to get to Luke in a moment, but seeing Luke, like, you really see what a country concert at that stadium can look and feel like. And there was no drama. There was no pyrotechnics. There weren't like crazy graphics. It was just a band.
Yeah.
And a couple of screens.
A man and his band.
And everybody, you know, in their red cups. Like, that was literally it. Mm-hmm. It was so spectacular. Jackie, you had not seen Luke Combs live. So really, since he like blew up.
Right. Everyone was like, when's the last time you saw him? And I don't think I've ever seen him as a headliner.
Right. We saw him at Madison Square Garden, which obviously sounds like la-di-da.
He was opening for Jason Aldean.
Correct. Now, Jason Aldean would probably open for him.
Right. And that was in 2018.
Wow.
So I think that's the last time that I saw him. And so much has happened since. So I've really just been waiting to see him again. And this was my chance. And I'm so glad we took it. Like, one, because I got to see Luke and I got to, you know, now I don't have that hanging over my head. Mm-hmm. But two, it was just, even though I feel like so burnt out and like tired and I have like no energy. So it's like, why am I going to go do like an 8-hour concert day?
It was 8 hours.
It was good for the soul.
1,000%.
I needed it.
She filled her cup.
I filled my cup. Yeah, no, I feel set for like a few years now.
It was spectacular. And, you know, I'm usually like, I'm the type of concert goer who like literally shows up. If the headliner's going on at 9:30, I'm there at 9:29. But we got there early because, yeah, we hung out backstage with Luke.
We did meet and greet.
And we also went to,
Jordan.
we had like, people to see, you know, elbows to.
Hands to shake.
And then we ended up getting there early enough to see Jordan Davis. And I just want to say, like, let's have a moment for Jordan Davis. It was incredible. I think I might be like a big Jordan Davis fan. I didn't realize how many songs that I knew and how much like I love him. And he's really, that's the thing about country. It's like you can go to a concert and you just feel like you have headphones on.
Enjoy music.
Yeah, and everybody sings good. Everybody sings live. Like it literally sounds like iTunes. It sounds like Spotify. It sounds just like the recorded version. It's like a nice thing about country music. And Jordan Davis, I really felt like I was just like putting my headphones on, listening to his Spotify playlist.
Yeah, well, Jordan Davis sings one of my favorite songs of this decade for sure, By Dirt. The thing is, I don't really know his other songs, which is crazy.
I didn't realize like how many songs I do know. Slow dance in a parking lot. Next thing you know that one.
Oh, yes, yes. But also, as Luke's manager was saying to us when we were chatting, that every single note in Luke's show, every song, every track is played live. Like there's no background track.
vocals.
There's no piece of music that's coming from anywhere but the people on stage. And I think that's really impressive.
And it shouldn't be, because that's literally the whole point of a concert. But yes, nobody these days does like a true live show. Luke is such a star, such a showman. And he's not this guy who's like bursting with like personality. Like you wouldn't think like just based on him like that he would have the ability to seriously dazzle 100,000 people, because he's just sort of this humble countryman. And he so is that. Like he has this star quality, this it factor, this pizzazz. He's so funny. His vocal abilities are beyond, like seriously. And when you think about how hard his songs are to sing, because they're these, he has, you know, the sort of like pop acoustic ones that everybody knows, like One Number Away and Hurricane. But some of his like Where the Wild Things Are, Cold as You, they require like screaming.
Yeah.
And it was 100 degrees.
Oklahoma.
It was 1,000 degrees in the stadium. The show was 2 hours long. Like you said, no background, just Luke. Mm-hmm. It was so impressive. He's such, and when you just like then think about like the man who does this is just like such a regular guy. Mm-hmm. Just a dad, you know, a husband, a son, a fisherman, a hunter, if you will. It's inspiring.
Yeah. It was an inspiring evening. Thank you to Sony Nashville that made it just a dream night. Dream come true.
Dream come true. We vlogged the entire experience. So if you aren't able to make it to a Luke concert and you want to see like bits and pieces of, I think like actually high quality iPhone footage, we did a vlog of the entire journey. Me, Jackie,
including
and Ben.
The car rides where we
loaded into this car.
Not well. Honestly, the vlog is hysterical. You really get the essence of like our experience. Bits of the concert, not like giving too much away or anything.
Luke like in the vlog.
Luke in the vlog.
Luke LITV.
Livy Dunn in the vlog.
Yeah, everybody was like, is that Livy Dunn in the bathroom? And I think it was Livy Dunn in the bathroom.
It was Livy Dunn in the bathroom. I realized after the fact.
Yeah. So yeah, just like, you know, hobnobbing with big country stars.
Yeah,
big
us
stars.
Tings.
Just us tings.
So
I'm glad we went.
I'm
yesterday,
so glad. We needed that like break.
I took a monster nap.
I don't know what you were going to say. We all took a nap yesterday.
No, we were broken. We got home at 1 a.m. and we were like auntying and mothering all day long. And I sat down on the couch, and next thing you know, I'm dead asleep. I'm drooling.
Yeah, I took a nap at scheduled nap time. So necessary. Then woke up. We went to the farm. We're a couple of farmers.
She could be a farmer in those clothes.
And it was a great swirly weekend.
Yeah.
In a swirly summer.
And it's kind of it was a great kickoff to another swirly week.
Yeah.
So stories today.
Stories are good. Random. Good.
Cool.
Not like major celebs. I feel like I'm saying this every day now.
I know.
Anyone else, like we're living through history. It's kind of weird. And what's also crazy, not to make it about us, but like we are documenting ourselves in this moment in history.
We're documenting what?
Ourselves.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, that's kind of like the more interesting part, if you ask me.
It's not like we're talking about the history, really, but at least one day, like when our kids and grandkids are like, what were you doing during this time that I'm reading about in my history textbook?
We were just being swirly on a couch.
We were falling out of coconut trees talking about swirly summer.
Going to Luke Combs.
Going to the farm.
Going to the farm. It's so true.
So yeah, like not one major pop culture story.
Yeah, because I feel like it's that time of year where like celebs are headed to Positano. Mm-hmm. There are a couple like times throughout the year where there's no celebrity news. Like Christmas time is obviously one of those, and I think like late July, early August is like celebrity vacation time. Like they go to Cabo
for sure.
So it's starting to slow down. Thankfully, we are oozing with personality.
And the publicists are going away. That's more of it.
Yeah. Like, one thing but you can count on for sure is like, we will probably be talking about Kelly Ripa in August because she never stops.
Yeah.
Her publicists never go on break.
No, and she's still doing her show because she knows what it's like to do a show every day.
Correct. Wait, this like wasn't a story, but did you see like that awkward interview that went viral with the new Bachelorette, Jen? I think her name is.
I heard about it.
I watched it. It was really weird.
Who was she doing an interview with?
Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
She was on the Kelly show, not
Okay.
Kelly Clarkson. What's the show called? Live with Kelly. And Mark, but I think maybe someone was subbing in for Mark. Whatever. The man wasn't of consequence. And Kelly was like, first of all, it was giving, like, you know how we now sit back and watch like Diane Sawyer interview Lindsay Lohan being like such a crazy bitch misogynist. It was giving like someone will watch this interview because she was like, really? That's how you want to go meet a man like on TV? And I guess like the current Bachelorette went to medical school or something. So being, don't you think it'd be better if you like stuck in medical school? Like really like weird. She like came aggressive at this girl. And this girl had the most fire response to Kelly. She was like, where'd you meet your husband? They literally met on a TV set. They met on TV. And she was like, didn't you meet your husband on TV? And like, look, it's worked out well for you. Like your marriage is great. And Kelly was like, well, no, it's like different. Like we actually met. Like, okay, she fucking got you, bitch. Like,
damn.
Kelly came out swinging for no reason, knowing damn well she actually low-key had like a skeleton in her closet as well.
No, it's just like pot kettle.
Pot kettle, you're black. You are literally black.
Yeah.
So that happened. Not a story, but it just came across my desk and I've been meaning to talk about it because, you know, nothing happens in the Kelly Ripa universe that doesn't
make its way
to me.
Yeah.
Which is something I deeply regret, you know, having like...
That being like one of your buckets of things that people send
tag
your
me.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't regret Kelly's mindless news because it needed to be said. But having become like some sort of spokesperson for like Kelly Ripa
and like
idiocy...
a repository.
...isn't like something I love.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we got here and I would love to get out.
Yeah, I get a lot. Of that. You know, how many times in my life have I gotten that like fuck around and find out meme sent to me?
Yes.
And like it still gets sent.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now I'm in the bucket of, for a while it was like Law and Order SVU. People don't associate me with SVU anymore. Now anytime there's like a Kamala edit, like
that's like, where I'm at right now. That and sourdough.
Oh well, of course. But sourdough, I feel like people share that with you because like they think it'd be helpful.
Yeah,
like,
but they send me like the most viral ones. Like someone made like a flower, whatever. It's really nice. But it's like I've seen it because I'm deep in the.
I've seen it.
Yeah, my husband sends me the craziest sourdough videos, and I'm like, do you want me to make that? It's like sourdough mac and cheese. Yucky. But I've got 2 loaves proofing right now. Cinnamon, raisin, no walnuts this time, and plain.
I'm like, personally, I'm just not about the cinnamon raisin.
No, I know, but people really liked it, and I wanted to give it a fair, honest chance because I knew the mistakes of yours.
So fair.
So let's see how it goes. So fair, so fair.
So fair, so fair.
Claudia, Oshry, so fair.
I will say though, even
Married
though
to Ben, so fair.
True. Very correct. Even though August is like a slow celebrity time, we will have a lot of stories from the Olympics, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I know we say this every week, like Swirly Summer will really begin, like once the Olympics are just playing in the background of the house 24/7.
Yeah. And you know, worst case scenario, we could always watch what's on TV, like Love Island or whatever else is on.
The thing is, like, I'm at the part of my summer where like, if I'm not outside, like I'm wearing a bathing suit right now. Like
oh my God, you are.
I wake up every day.
I guess like I'm wearing a tennis dress.
I want to be outside. Me and Ben might play pickleball later. Like, it's really,
have fun.
It's outdoorsy.
That's fun.
Yeah, I actually meant to ask if you wanted to come, but like, it's just hard to get you out of the house. It's not like it's not a kid's thing, you know?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if like you and Zach wanted to play doubles.
He
It's
would
like,
love that.
It's a
What
couple
time
minutes
do you
away.
think?
4 o'clock.
We'll think about it because he would love that.
Whatever. All that to say.
As would I.
I like wake up every day being like, I'm gonna get tan today. I want to be active. I really don't spend a lot of time, except yesterday when I fell asleep on the couch. I don't spend a lot of time like liaising inside. So if I am just like liaising inside, it's going to be for something good like the Olympics.
And it's like, I don't want to get sucked into something that makes me want to turn on the TV every minute of the day and I'm thinking about the TV.
Correct.
So anyways, it's very anti-television.
So that's just sort of our 20-minute explanation on why we're not watching Love Island.
And take it or leave it. I hope you understand.
I hope you understand.
And if you don't, you know, then you've not experienced a real swirly summer yet.
Although it is such a travesty that there is a show going viral and one of the characters who I think is at the helm of a lot of the drama is named Kaylor.
Yeah.
That's a name that obviously means a lot to us. And that's definitely tragic.
Yeah. No, it's
not ideal.
No. So. Are you ready for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know?
If they are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know that are brought to you by Skims, perchance?
Perchance they are.
So all the cool girls on TikTok and, me, are wearing onesies. And we have finally found ones that we are obsessed with. The Soft Lounge Scoop onesie from Skims is so flattering. You definitely need it. I've been struggling to find ones that I like, and the search is over for me. So in addition to it being swirly summer, I don't know if you guys noticed, it's kind of like onesie summer for swirly. Do you notice I'm wearing a lot of onesies and cardigans?
She is.
It's such a look. And yes, I was inspired by like the young hot things on TikTok, and I made it my own. Obviously I had to gran it up wearing a claw clip and an oversized cardigan because I'm like embarrassed. But the one from Skims is fabulous. It's super comfortable. It has a built-in bra. The Soft Lounge collection, just in general from Skims, is fabulous. In addition to it being swirly summer, it's also like soft summer. I'm not wearing things that are uncomfortable. I'm not wearing things that are tight. I'm not wearing things that are restrictive. I'm not wearing things that require underwear. If I'm being completely honest, I packed like a total of 2 pairs of underwear. And Skims is just a brand that we love. It's a trusted brand. And when I needed a onesie, the first place I went was Skims because I figured they had one that was good, one that fit well, one that was flattering. And lo and behold, not me being right again about everything. What's so great about Skims is they're super size inclusive. So they go from extra, extra small up to 4X. They come in a variety of different colors. They have everything from shapewear to pajamas, jamas, and now onesies. So shop the Skims Soft Lounge collection at skims.com. Now available in sizes extra, extra small up to 4X. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that the Swirlies sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show from the drop-down menu that follows. Today's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place and all on your terms. So you need a website swirly and your janky ass one is not cutting it. And it can be very intimidating, of course, thinking you need to hire a big company or you need to get like some sort of degree. No, Squarespace has flexible website templates for whatever type of website you need to create. Whether you are some sort of artist, photographer who needs to showcase a portfolio, whether you want to sell stuff, you want to sell courses, you want to do e-commerce, they've really got everything for you. You can sell custom merch, create an online store, upload, organize, and access all your content from one place with their asset library. You can access, if you want to like accept appointments on your website and start, let's say you're reading people's auras, kind of like that girl from Vanderpump Rules. You can accept appointments on your Squarespace website. You can offer online, in-person, or private sessions, workshops, group classes. They provide everything that you need to manage your schedule, accept secure payments, and send automatic reminders, beautifully showcase your services, and more. So head to squarespace.com/toast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain using code TOAST. So go to squarespace.com, you'll get a free trial, and once you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/toast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com for a free trial, and then once you're ready to launch, squarespace.com/toast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Today's episode is also brought to you by Lipton Green Tea, a proactive wellness hack to support your overall health. Did you know that 2 cups a day delivers a quick and simple win on your individual health and wellness journeys? Thanks to the goodness of flavonoids. Swirly summer, kind of a cornerstone of swirly summer, we've been drinking a lot of tea. Mm-hmm. And there's so many benefits to Lipton Green Tea thanks to the wellness juiciness of flavonoids. So I'm always looking for like low lift wellness things. I'm not going to be one of those people who's like cold plunging, sauna, and like dry brushing my entire body. No, I'm looking for low lift wellness tips. And 2 cups of green tea from Lipton are seriously like the newest in swirly summer wellness tings. Drinking 2 cups of Lipton green tea daily is a great ally for wellness and a simple way to up your healthy habits. So green tea contains flavonoids, which are naturally occurring bioactives found in tea, vegetables, and fruit. And 2 cups a day is a really easy way to support your overall health. And of course, it's delicious. It's a delicious way of getting these bioactives and flavonoids into your diet. So Lipton is kind of the name on everybody's lips when it comes to tea. It's a really trusted brand. It's an OG brand. And green tea is fabulous, flavonoids, and Lipton is doing it out here best. They also have a couple of really great flavors, obviously like OG green tea, but they also have peach. They've got it all. So try the new Lipton green tea today. The lemon, peach, and honey ginger green tea is fabulous. And then, of course, the signature blend green tea. So they have 2 different flavors to get those flavonoids. Try Lipton green tea. The new lemon, peach, and honey ginger tea is a fresh fruit-inspired experience crafted with a signature green tea base. So make sure to get your flavonoids with Lipton's green tea.
Thank you, Turt.
Just an honor, like seriously, just to be here and to be nominated.
Our first story is a little Luke Combs news, actually.
What is our king getting up to?
So our king, not the night that we were there, the first night, brought out Glen Powell and his Twisters co-stars to shotgun beers on stage. So this was kind of surprising.
Jackie and I, in the car ride home, spoke a lot about the Twisters' influence on Luke Combs' career because you know, Twister's tapping Luke Combs for a song makes sense. You know, it's a movie about Oklahoma, and Luke is kind of the king of the South.
And also, if you look at the Twisters album, like everyone
It's
is
very
on
country.
it. Everyone who's anyone is on it. However, I don't think any song has gotten as big as Oklahoma.
It's really good. So much so that Luke played it both nights. And the thing about these stadium tours is, like, if you're an OG fan, you're not going to be hearing deep cuts. The set list, it's very Eras Tour coded. It's going to be, you know, the 22, I Knew You Were Trouble. It's going to be the classic Luke songs that everyone really knows from the radio. The OG fans, you're not hearing, like, the deep cuts. So for Oklahoma to be on the set list, which is a song that came out a month ago, was shocking.
And it was part of the encore, for us at least, which is also surprising. But then I was saying, like, Oklahoma's right now the number 5 song in the country, all genre. The album's the number 1 album, and the movie is huge. So, I'm happy to hear it. It also plays.
So good.
It sounds so nice in a stadium. Like, it's wild.
Yep.
The night before, he always does a shotgun with someone of import at the show, and he brought out the cast of Twisters. That includes Glen Powell, Daisy Edgar Jones, and Anthony Ramos.
Okay, like, this movie feels so off-brand for Daisy Edgar Jones. Does anybody else feel that?
I didn't know she was in it until she was on stage with Luke Combs, and
Which
as
also
much
made
as
no
I'm,
sense.
like, glad for people to live
Yeah.
and do.
And to be.
Why was Daisy Edgar Jones on stage with Luke Combs?
No, and so after watching Entourage, like, I do understand, like, you know, in a movie star's career, the trajectory to, like, top level fame, like, you have to do these, like, big studio hits, and Twisters is like Daisy Edgar Jones's, kind of how, like, Margot Robbie got to where she is. She was in that, like, Suicide Squad thing. Like, you have to have, like, a blockbuster moment.
Sure, but who knew Twisters was going to be it? Isn't it about Twisters?
It's about, like, a tornado. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who knew it was going to be, like, such a blockbuster?
You know it's going to be because, like, you know, based on the studio, based on the budget, based on the cast, like, you know when a movie is going to hit based on, like, so many factors, what I learned from Entourage. And so it's clear that, like, this is big for Glen Powell. It's big for everyone involved. But them, like, piggybacking off of Luke Combs, like, leave Luke out of it, like, with your dumb movie.
But Luke had also posted that the whole team got to watch Twisters on the Jumbotron, like, at MetLife before.
No, he obviously is being paid handsomely by this movie.
I
This
hope
movie
he better be.
This movie
I
seemingly
literally
has
only
endless
know,
budget.
I only know Twisters because of Luke.
Obviously.
Should we be watching Twisters?
No, I heard that Glen Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones don't even kiss.
I saw it was cut out. It was Steven Spielberg's choice. I guess Steven Spielberg produced it.
You're lying.
Do you want me to go to that story and let you know what it said?
No. I believe you.
Twisters cut a kiss between Glen Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones due to Steven Spielberg's advice.
Oh,
But
advice
is he's the executive producer. He said, I think it stops the film feeling too cliched. I think there's something really wonderful about it, feeling like there's a continuation. This isn't the end of their story. They're united by their passion shared for something. For Twisters.
Okay.
And is this similar to the movie, like, Growing Up with the cow and the twister? Does everyone know that one?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So there was a movie that we watched, Twisters 1996. Thank you. There was an eccentric team of storm chasers. Is this a remake?
Oh, it definitely is. Okay, so that makes sense. No, that's what I mean. Like, they knew it was going to be this big blockbuster, Steven Spielberg, remake of an iconic film. They cast, like, huge movie stars like Glen Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones. Like, this is Daisy Edgar. Like, she just has to do it, you know? But it's so not her. She's so, like, small and British.
Do you think her and Luke spoke? What did they talk about?
I know they both speak English, but they speak different versions of English.
They speak different languages.
Yeah, I don't see them, like, getting along swimmingly. I see Glen Powell getting along. He's from Texas. He's kind of an all-American man.
And he seems like a chameleon. You know, he could enter any room.
Totally.
Get along with anyone.
That's because he's, like, a true movie star, you know?
Yeah, no, but I feel like I could think of lay people, just people I know in my life who can really hold their own in any room.
Yeah. Would you say that about me? I
Yes.
think that I could do that.
I think that you could.
I definitely think,
but
like-
not in the sense of you being a chameleon. You can hold your own in any room, but not for
Oh,
chameleon.
I'm not a shapeshifter.
For not chameleon-like reasons,
Yeah.
because, like, you're just so wonderful. Any room would be glad to have you.
Oh, stop. Oh, stop. Keep going. Oh, stop. No, keep going.
Who do I know that's a shapeshifter? That's a kind of a mean way. Like,
yeah,
I
because
didn't
it's
mean
giving,
it,
like, two-faced, scrupulous.
I didn't mean it as an insult.
Piece of shit.
I like chameleon.
Yeah, no, that's a much better way of saying it.
Well, now, even if I could think of the chameleon in my life, I wouldn't say it.
I would just personally love to know how much money Twisters paid Luke Combs. And actually, at the end of the day, like, it's really sick for Luke Combs. And Luke, I feel like bringing people out on stage is, like, such a thing now, right? Like, there are certain parts of people's shows, like, you can come to expect. Like, when Morgan Wallen walks out, he, like, whoever the local celebrity is, they're there walking out with him. And Luke doesn't really play that game. Like, if he has friends come by, like, it's not like so.
He'll shotgun with a fan.
It's not
right?
showy. It's
but
not
he
like.
always shotguns a beer with someone.
Yes, but it's never like try hard because that's so not Luke.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Luke had this like big movie star moment in New York because he deserves that because he's so humble. You know, he's so just like small town.
Who shotgunned on our night? No one knew.
Yes, it was a fella. It was a big fella. It was given.
People were saying like former football player.
Yeah, well, we were in MetLife, which houses both the Jets and the Giants, so it's giving so many options for former, current players. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, anyways, congrats to the cast of Twisters for having had that moment.
Congrats to the cast of Twisters for having had that moment. And, you know, the kind of a subplot, in addition to the characters from Twisters, there was also another fella. And some people were like, oh, who is this fella? I know this fella. That's Dana Beers from Barstool. He did this series, like, shotgunning a beer every day until I get to shoot shotgun one with Luke Combs. And, you know, it's kind of a testament to the hard work.
Is he like a major show?
I'm not sure. I met him because when I was at Barstool doing Joey's podcast, he understood and, you know, respected the toast. And he said, you know, my fiance is a huge toaster. And he asked me for a photo. That's how I came to follow him on Instagram.
Got it.
And now, you know, we see each other. So we're just kind of like big celebrities in the Luke Combs orbit. Both of us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of toasters, ex Luke Combs, there were so many toasters at the concert. Like, it was crawling, teeming with them.
The Luke Combs and toaster, what are they? Bootlegger and toaster Venn diagram is just a circle.
No, it was amazing. So many swirlies.
So many swirlies.
Are you ready for our next?
So many sweaty swirlies. It was really hot.
But there was also a nice breeze. Didn't you find?
No, I didn't.
Are you ready for our next story? Some
I am.
Olympics news.
Oh, is that Kim Zolciak-Biermann? She's on your iPad.
No, she's just the video that came up next.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know,
Were you happy if it was her?
I live for a
sad?
KZB story. Well, these days it's so touch and go.
I don't really pick them because they're also so transient. Like, here, today is this news, tomorrow's different news. We cannot keep up with the endless saga.
I will let you know when there's a KZB story that I feel like requires our attention. But these days, very sadly, I think it speaks to the state of the KZB empire, is that there aren't a lot of newsworthy stories.
Yeah. Well, our next story is some Olympics news. Rihanna's Fenty Beauty is partnered with the 2024 Paris Olympics. So Fenty Beauty will provide volunteers with Fenty Beauty kits and tutorials.
Obsessed.
Rihanna announced her partnership with the 2024 Paris Olympics. She said, proud to announce that Fenty Beauty is a premium partner of the Olympic and Paralympic Games, baby. The volunteers who will award winners with their medals will receive Fenty Beauty makeup kits.
Oh, the volunteers, not the athletes.
Yeah, these individuals will also receive makeup tutorials to create a designated look for the event. Makeup artists from Fenty Beauty will be on site for each volunteer to help them match their foundation shade. 600 volunteers aged 18 to 21 are included in this partnership.
Got it. Okay. I guess like they really couldn't do a partnership with the athletes because athletes like don't wear makeup.
Swim?
Right. So this does seem like a totally random and useless partnership, but love Fenty Beauty getting the global respect that it deserves and love the Olympics like doing a cool partnership. It's funny that it's like a makeup partnership and they didn't know how to put the makeup on, so they put it on the volunteers.
Right, but you know, we're going to see those volunteers like giving medals in the background and like they're going to have a fresh beat. That's exciting to see. And I feel like maybe you'll see them, and I could see one of them like going viral for having like sick makeup.
No, for sure. Her highlight is popping. And let me say this, like I'm clowning on this because it's so stupid. I know I'm going to be like gagging once something's going to happen. And Fenty Beauty like doesn't do bad partnerships. They can't do anything wrong. Everything they do is like actually cool. So I'm sure it will be cool. But like in this moment, I'm just like giggling at the volunteers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, pop off, volunteer.
Yeah. I guess not every sport can wear makeup. I think gymnasts wear makeup.
Yeah, but I think there's like very strict rules too.
Oh, really?
Like with the bra straps. Like, I don't think you can like have a craze. I don't know.
I think you can do what you want with your face, but it's more so about like sweating and performance wear. And I don't think Fenty Beauty's trying to be like a performance wear makeup. Like we're just
no, that's not their thing.
Right.
You know, I know like jewelry is big in tennis. Where do they wear makeup? You can't do anything in the pool.
No.
What are the other big sports?
That's
volleyball is very sweaty, but they style in their own ways. Like they do jewelry, they do hats.
Basketball, yeah. I mean, it's super sweaty.
Yeah. So I guess they had to go for the volunteers. They could have done the judges. They could have done a lot of things. No, this is cool. And like more so just because we get like Rihanna promo of her in Paris, like standing under the Eiffel Tower. Obsessed.
Yeah, holding like a cartoon lipstick.
Cute.
Are you ready for our next story?
I guess. Well, that one just like kind of came and went.
Well, what's there
to say? They've done nothing yet.
Gonna like have a hot take?
It's just like I kind of
did. We did.
Like this is dumb, but I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to see. I hope they turn out looks.
No, it's something like it's going to be fire.
And like as a volunteer, you're working hard. You're not getting paid. Here's a perk.
I guess that's like kind of crazy to not pay.
No, I don't think so. It's like a cool, prestigious thing.
It's like being a ball boy at the U.S. Open. Like you don't get paid, but you get like the free Ralph. Actually, I feel like you have to give the Ralph Lauren outfits back. But it's like apparently it's such an honor.
I think it probably is, and I feel like a lot of them go on to play tennis and.
Yeah, they're just like kids who are obsessed with tennis.
That would be super cool.
Yeah, I guess. What was I obsessed with as a kid? Like that I would have done for free.
Like you would have been an extra in a Disney Channel movie.
Seriously, I would have paid them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's so true. But if I was an extra, I would have been paid.
Well,
that's
not
the
if
difference.
You were a volunteer.
But like volunteer extraing is not a thing. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference.
And now maybe it should be because look, you missed out on like having this fun experience.
Totally.
As a youth.
When was the first time you were ever on television?
Maybe the Bachelor Final Rose thing.
You weren't on like a local news
second.
or anything?
I don't think so.
When I was in college, obviously I was on Billy on the Street.
And also, so many things are considered television now. Like if you're
no, not when we were younger.
No, oh no, when we were younger. No, I wasn't on anything. But now, like you're on a video and it's on. You could play it. Yeah, I'm on TV.
No, when I was in college, I did obviously Billy on the Street. Everybody knows.
Wait, no. When I was in high school, there was some local news thing.
Right. Right before that Billy on the Street thing, I was interviewed. I think it was like Fox 5. There's a picture of it on my Instagram. I don't know what the hell they were talking about, but I was wearing these like big stupid sunglasses, and I just think I was talking about like how the construction is really annoying. Like I was like a local resident giving my testimony.
Stop. I was in high school. There was like cameras in our high school for something, and it was like a little
Jackie. Samantha, the big dirty bitch in my bunk.
Oh my God.
Gave the counselor and me lice.
I think that would have been before whatever I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been my first foray into television.
Into reality TV.
Fat Camp on MTV. Also, I don't feel like everyone realizes when I say Samantha, the big dirty bitch in my bunk, gave the counselor and me lice.
You're quoting. You would never call Samantha big dirty bitch.
Right. And like I didn't have lice.
That's more what she's concerned about. I'm cracking up.
MTV Fat Camp 2
was a reality TV show. Very popular.
TV show, and we were at camp that summer, and Logan, who uttered those immortal words, was in my division.
Logan, who uttered those immortal words.
She got lice, and she was leaving the infirmary, and she
ran into, kind of the perfect person in that moment.
She ran into me and a friend, and we could see she was upset. We said, "Logan, what's wrong?" She said, "Samantha."
No, you weren't. Wait, let's just set the scene. The series followed 3 or 4 people every summer. Camp went on as normal. Honestly, it sounds crazy, but like you didn't even realize it was like 2 cameras following around these. And Jackie wasn't in the same bunk as this girl. You weren't a character. You were just a fellow camper living her life. But then, you ran into her in this moment, this sort of climax.
Yeah, because she was in our division. We could see she was upset. So we said, "Logan, what's wrong?" She said, "Samantha, the big dirty bitch in my bunk, gave the counselor and me lice." And then we're like, "Oh, no."
And then she went on to say she had to throw away all of her bows and her hair ties.
She always had like bows and things in her hair.
It's kind of her signature look.
And so she was explaining she had to throw those away. And I said, "Oh, no, you live in those."
Immortal words.
And that was my first time on television.
And that's why we've been saying that a lot recently. So just in case anybody didn't know, I'm so glad we're able to give a moment in toast history.
Yeah, and I'm sure someone will post it somewhere. Now, it's seriously iconic.
The link exists. You are 1 pound. You are so thin.
Oh, yeah. That's probably people will be like, "Why were you at Fat Camp?"
It's such a long story. You can actually read about it in my book, as long as we're promoting things. It's called Girl with No Job, The Crazy Beautiful Life of an Instagram Thirst Monster. It's a New York Times bestselling novel. You can buy it anywhere you get books. And we go in depth as why we were like, normal looking children going to, not to use Norma, but we were average looking children going to a fat camp. Yeah.
And then if you have the itch to read more about camp, you can pick up The Camper and the Counselor, my children's book.
I do have the itch to read more about camp.
Available on Amazon.
Yeah, and Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, but Amazon, like, for brevity's sake.
Let's be real. You're not supporting a local bookstore. You're going to Amazon.
Our next story is some legal news.
What number?
3.
Okay.
And like kind of some tea because Ariana, Madix, and Katie Maloney are being sued by their former Something About Her sandwich shop chef. And it is Penny from the show.
Yeah, that girl was like she was kind of a mover and a shaker, but she was definitely like gave the vibe that she would start stuff.
Well, here's the information. Ariana and Katie are facing a lawsuit after a chef claimed the Bravo celebrities reneged on a business deal. Ariana has been sued for the second time this week, and this time with one of her besties. Katie is also named as a defendant over an alleged deal gone south involving their sandwich shop, Something About Her. According to court documents obtained by ET, Chef Penny DeViti is suing the stars after claiming they didn't hold up on their end of the bargain on a deal she claims called for her to have 10% ownership of the sandwich shop. She claims
that's a lot.
Really? I don't think so. I think she was going to
For a chef?
I think she was doing she was in the hiring meetings. I think
No,
like,
for sure,
she
but
was
like they
going
would
to-
just
She was going to be the engine of the business, and all they had to do was like show up, take pictures, and cash a check.
That
and,
actually
like,
makes sense.
I like those plates.
Yeah.
So she claims that they would retain 90% ownership. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
major.
I don't know why.
Provided-
I would just assume, maybe I don't know what, maybe it's because I don't watch The Bear. I don't know a lot about restaurants. I just assume like a chef is like somebody who's on salary.
Yes, but I think she was more than a chef.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think that's she was
The point.
she's a businesswoman. I think she was referred by Lisa.
Right, she has a lot of experience.
She goes in on restaurants.
Yeah.
She like helps it get to where.
She's kind of like a Tabitha takes over vibe.
Yes, that's what I'm getting. So
Yeah.
they would have 90%. Mind you, like Tom have 5%. I don't
Right.
even know what they have of Schwartz and Sandy's. To have 90% of your business and someone's doing all the
Yeah, but in this case, they're not the Toms. They're the Lisas.
yeah, but still, like you need. You can't open a restaurant. You really want to open a restaurant on your own while
No,
you're
no, no,
recording Love Island and
No.
Dancing with the Stars and doing a million other
Totally.
things. No, you need a third
Yep.
partner, and for her to
Co-host.
take 10%, I don't think is that crazy.
Yeah.
So they would retain 90% ownership, provided that they promoted the business venture while she oversaw and supervised the culinary and restaurant operations as chief operating officer and director of culinary.
It's a good setup. Like they don't know
So
much
she's
about.
more than a chef. Just
Yeah.
in her court documents, she states the deal, reportedly struck in June 2023, called for her to be paid $7,500 per month until January 2024, at which point the rate would increase to $10,000 per month. She claims that she performed substantial work, engaged in substantial activity, and undertook substantial tasks in her role as COO and director of culinary. It's unclear what happened, but she claims that they repudiated or backed out of the deal, and now she's suing to get a judge to make them honor the deal.
Oh, so does she not work there anymore?
I guess not.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened, and maybe we'll see that on the next season. I'm just saying the original deal sounded like par for the course. Maybe eventually they were unhappy with her work.
Yeah.
And so they let her go, but she's like, hey, no, I'm the third.
Right. So I guess it's going to be clear in her like deal terms whether them firing her is allowed or not. Like when you have a deal like that, it's called like a cliff. Like they have X amount of time to fire you before your 10% or whatever the percentage that you own is yours.
Yeah.
So they're either well within their rights to fire her or not.
But my thing is like, people really don't sue unless they have a really good case. It's so expensive.
It's so expensive.
And I do think something just unclear happened here because everything about getting something about her off the ground has been like very
Messy.
disorganized. I think something went south. I hope they're able to
Oh,
figure
you're saying
it
maybe
out.
it was her? And that's why they fired her?
Yeah, I think maybe that was her job to really get it off. I think there were issues.
Yeah, it did take
But
way
I
longer.
had zero clue. I'm not the judge in this case. I haven't seen the contract, and even if I had, I wouldn't understand what it meant.
Right.
So this is just gonna have to play out in the legal system. But like something about her has really been embattled.
I know when they had that big opening and a bunch of Bravo stars went, Stassi was there, Andy was there. It was like fun. Is it open now? It's just like a working shop. If I want a
don't
Sandy,
know.
I could just go and get a Strawberry.
I don't know. I think so. I don't know.
Because I saw like a lot of hoopla for the opening, but I haven't seen like come with me to get a sandwich at something about her like that.
Yeah.
I see that about like Jax's Studio City.
Yeah.
They rip it to shreds. I see that about Tom Tom, of course.
I feel like this will be a major storyline on the next season because they're also opening, like, I think something about her will be a big storyline, and I hope that it is because I actually think this is interesting.
Me too. Like knowing now that there's like drama.
Yeah, and also why it took so long to open. They had all the momentum behind them, wind in their sales. They didn't even need to get investors because they were selling merch before it opened.
Right.
Because of Scandival, so they got the money that they needed. I just think it's like interesting business.
Yeah, and they clowned so hard on Tom and Tom for taking
Yeah.
so long to open Schwartz and Sandy's. And then they ended up taking, I think, just as long.
I think longer.
Oh, can I have that claw clip? That's like so cute with my outfit today.
Oh, okay, sure.
Thanks, Swirly.
So keep you posted. Stay tuned. But also, like, Ariana's in the middle of Love Island. Like, I'm sure this is the last thing she needs. And even though she's doing so well, she now has all these legal fees.
I know.
How annoying.
That's exactly my thought. It's like how annoying to like be making such insane money and be bogged down with literally moronic ass stuff like this.
Also, I'm pretty sure this woman was referred by Lisa, so I wonder if this affected their relationship with Lisa.
And Lisa's relationship with this lady, like it's complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story?
Only if it's the next story that's brought to you by Serpent Queen. Today's episode of The Toast is brought to you by one of our new favorite stars shows, The Serpent Queen. Starring Samantha Morton, it has returned for season 2 and it's back and better than ever. The Serpent Queen is based on true events about one of the most influential women in history as she rises to gain and maintain power in France. So get ready for some drama. Spoiler alert, Catherine de Medici is the newly appointed Queen Regent of France now that her son Charles IX has come of age. The new season finds itself engulfed in chaos as Catherine struggles to maintain her power. Tensions are rising as the French court finds itself in chaos, and the Serpent Queen's country is torn apart by the rise of a new religious sect. Catherine de Medici's shrewd intellect and savviness will be tested like never before. The Serpent Queen is packed with powerful performances, it's loaded with attitude, and full of sharp wit and dark humor. You know we love a period piece today here at The Toast, and the Serpent Queen is bringing us surprising twists and turns with this new season. It's not like other period pieces, and we are so excited that season 2 is here. It premiered July 12th on Starz and in the Starz app, and you can watch it now. Catch the new episodes out now only on Starz and the Starz app. You can watch The Serpent Queen now only on Starz and the Starz app. Check it out. Season 2 is fabulous. Today's episode is also brought to you by Taylor Farms. Their mini chopped salad kits come in 5 delicious flavors: Pizza Ranch, Green Goddess Ranch, Nashville Hot, Citrus Crunch, and Caesar. Taylor Farms is a family-owned company on a mission to create healthy lives through fresh, delicious food. Jax, I know you're pretty much like the acting spokesperson of Taylor Farms, specifically their mini chopped salad kits. Can you tell everybody a little bit about it and why you love them so much?
I can. I love all Taylor Farms products right now. I am in my mini chopped salad kits era because it's the perfect size for a lunch or even a snack. I love Taylor Farms because their produce is so fresh and every salad is so creatively put together. The flavors pair perfectly with each other, from the croutons to the dressing to the cheese. It's just a perfect salad. You don't have to chop anything. Sometimes I'll put a protein on top or have it with a slice of toast perhaps. It's just a great lunch, a great way to have salads every single day. And I can't say enough good things. When I see Taylor Farms in our local stores around here, I buy up as many as I can.
Taylor Farms is fabulous. No bowl, no problem. Just eat one of the mini chopped salad kits straight out of the bag. They're a family-owned company, and I know you guys are thinking, like, salad in a bag, it's giving crusty, messy, dusty. Like, no, could it be Taylor Farms? It's fresh. It's delightful. It's crunchy. It's crisp. And they have such fabulous flavors. Like, show your personality through your Taylor Farms chopped salad kits. And you can purchase Taylor Farms mini chopped salad kits wherever you like to shop. They're available at all major grocery stores. I've had no problems. Ever since I, got turned on to them, I've had no problems finding them. I pretty much can find them anywhere, especially out here. So, thank you, Taylor Farms, for sponsoring today's episode, and as always, just being kind of a beacon of light.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, beautiful. That's
Thank
beautiful,
you.
Claude.
Thank you.
Our next story, Adidas is trying to do something, but they can't. So they're issuing another mea culpa over their Munich Olympics campaign and publicly apologizing to their partners, including Bella Hadid. So Adidas put out this awful statement, I believe. They said connections continue to be made to the terrible tragedy that occurred at the Munich Olympics due to our recent SL72 campaign. No mention of what the terrible tragedy was. Okay, cool. These connections are not meant, and we apologize for any upset or distress caused to communities around the world. You mean Jewish people, but you can't say Jewish communities. What other community is offended by this other than the Jews?
I would say the human community.
For sure.
The community of normal people.
But why not? There's not the word Jew in this statement.
It's really crazy.
Israelis.
No, it's awful. And not to go down this path. Okay, sorry.
There's more.
But as a German company, seriously.
Everything that you put out, you should be are
triple
we
check
being
Nazi-like this time? Just check your Nazi at the door. It's just, you're who you are.
And I do feel like a lot of companies have those checklists for everything that they put out, but it's never are we being Nazi-like?
Right. And as a German company, you just gotta be looking out for that.
Next part of the statement, we made an unintentional mistake. Lie. They also said, we apologize to our partners, Bella Hadid, ASAP Nash, Jules Kondu, and others for any negative impact on them. We are revising the campaign.
It's so funny how they apologize to a general community, not the Jewish people. But then when they wanted to apologize to their partners, they went firsty lasty,
right?
First last names. I also then read on TMZ because there was a lot of speculation that Adidas had dropped Bella Hadid. And it was being reported, but TMZ said, as far as they know, that's not true. But Bella Hadid is gearing up to sue.
Yeah,
TMZ.
I didn't see that they dropped her, just that they were taking her out of some of the imagery and social media stuff. But the billboards are already up and the bus ads are up, so I don't think that's changing. And yeah, I saw she hired lawyers. She should.
Yeah, except I don't think that she should, because then just her name will continue to be associated with this publicly. And I think she really has already a really big problem when it comes to having a reputation for Jew hatred. I don't know if that bothers her.
I don't think it bothers her.
If it did, she wouldn't want to continue this narrative constantly being associated with this very terrorist-like vibe.
Yeah, I don't think it bothers her, or else she wouldn't be posting the things that she's posting, celebrating terrorists, saying the terrorists were so sweet to the hostages, they made them a birthday cake.
Yeah. Once again, they could seriously never make me fucking not hate this bitch with my entire soul.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to say other than I literally despise you. And I know you hate me right back. And that's just cool. Like I'm genuinely cool with that.
Right. Also, Adidas, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do. It is what it is. We see you.
No, perhaps there was something they could do or they could say. But everything they've done in the wake of the response to this has only further proved that this was their goal. This was their intent. And how they've gone so far out of their way to just not even acknowledge what actually was depicted and the actual response and damage done only furthers that this was your goal.
Right.
So why apologize?
What was the tragedy at the Munich Olympics? Maybe somebody also stubbed their toe and you're talking about that.
No, it could seriously.
And which community?
Right.
The toe stubber community.
Right. It could relate to anything. So the generalizations are noted.
So the statement is going in the garbage, and a good rule of thumb, are we being Nazi-like? If your statement apologizing to the Jews doesn't have the word Jews in it, it's good for the garbage.
Yeah, along with all of my Adidas wears, which I actually don't have any of. I'm so proud to admit. But yeah.
Yeah.
If you're looking for new sneakers, perhaps I love a Hoka. I do love a Hoka. Air Force One is good too. Really.
I've been enjoying New Balance.
Oh, I love New Balance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so many good options.
Yeah.
And I saw Air. You love a company with a story. And I think the Adidas story is a little murky.
It's a little scary.
No, not Nike.
Run for the hills.
They've got Matt Damon. They've got Ben Affleck.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story? It's a positive one because here at this podcast, we are keeping you abreast on every step of Lindsay Hubbard's pregnancy journey.
I'm cracking up. What now?
And she has revealed the sex of her first baby with her boyfriend, whose name is in the title of this article, but I don't know if it's by her choice, so I'm not sharing it.
Oh, wow. Jackie, like when Jackie rides for someone, she fucking rides.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know if she said his name or they just figured out and they're talking about him. So anyways, she posted a video of the gender reveal, and Lindsay Hubbard is expecting a girl.
So classic. Like, I knew it.
Yeah.
Like she would, And she's filming Summer House. I'm sure the Summer House cast has been like posting just random things. Yeah, like I saw a mirror picture of Paige's outfit. They're obviously headed to... I saw somebody taking a video on TikTok. They were filming at the beach and they like filmed, like a third party filmed. It's actually crazy like how deep they roll
with cameras
to go to the beach.
Yeah.
It kind of looks miserable.
Yeah, those beach days
those beach days do look miserable. It's a lot of people too. It's more than I would have expected.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like 6 cameras, audio, got people, and then producers just like staring at you.
I'm sure that's why they only go once a summer.
Yeah.
Anyway, she shared a sweet story about their Italian trip and him surprising her with like a room that was all dressed in pink themed decor.
I feel like Lindsay Hubbard like isn't being as like... Now, I don't like to use the word annoying, but like, I feel like she's not being like, hey, look at me about this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a very low-key gender reveal.
Well, I also think that it depends how you feel about her. Because we like her, like, there's nothing she could do.
It's so true.
But, like, technically, you used to, once upon a time, clown on the sponsored pregnancy reveal. But you've evolved and grown.
I actually want to say, I don't think that I ever clowned on it. Because my earliest memory of the sponsored post was Malika. Malika did a clear blue. That was the first time I ever saw it. And I remember not having like a crazy reaction to it. It's like, you're about to take on this, like children are a blessing, but they're a financial burden. And get that coin. And as far as I know, what I've heard through the industry is that clear blue pays extremely well.
Yeah.
Like if you
that makes sense. That's a major endorsement.
And I just want to say, like, when my time comes on this earth to get pregnant, like, it's not off the table. Like, it's not. I will probably seriously like tell my agent that I'm pregnant and tell her to like field some offers. And if the money is what I think it potentially could be, the caption will be head to patreon.com/toast and thank you to Clear Blue for sponsoring or first response. But I hear Clear Blue, like, really, you got a nice fee.
Got it. They are paying better.
That's what I've heard. But I think they're kind of the only game in town for Instagram sponsorships.
Right. But I feel like if it was someone, I don't want to name names of people that you don't like, but I could see them doing it and you being like, yucky. But you like Malika and you like Lindsay.
No, I feel like like I'll clown. I don't know, something about it like doesn't get. Maybe it's because I respect the business of influencing, and like I know what it's like, and I think
women.
and like a women dominated field,
mothers,
and
working mothers.
I'm kind of the, maybe this is like a statement I'll come to regret. I'm kind of like the last person to clown on like making money on the internet, like for real.
I think that's
I've been doing it for years. It's tough out there. You got to get creative.
Yeah. Well, happy to Lindsay and her bebe girl.
Same. Now, names. Like, one thing about Lindsay Hubbard, and I think this is part of the reason why we love her, she's unabashedly millennial.
Yeah.
So I could see her going like Chloe, Emma.
What are the popular names? Like Ava, Emma,
Olivia.
Sophia, Olivia. I don't know. I think it'll be something. Not top 10.
Oh.
Not top 10 baby girl name.
She said what she said. I guess we'll have to tune in.
Because she's also a celebrity, so you got to put that flair in.
Yeah.
That celebrity flair.
But
it's not going to be Sarah.
No. It's not going to be Sarah. I think it's going to be like something chuggy. And I mean that in a positive way. I'm like over, like, I'm over the bashing of millennials. Like I very sadly, like I am one. So it is what it is.
No, we love them. We love you guys.
Love.
We're leaning in.
Speaking of, you can watch my most recent comedy special on Prime Video. It's called Lean In.
And I feel like whenever the generation of the moment like is having their moment, everybody hates them. Like Gen Z, they're a bunch of terrorists. It's like, that's sad. But now the millennials, we're kind of graduating. It's like, oh, we're the mature ones.
You know, that's how we remember like Boomer, okay Boomer.
Yeah.
Like the Boomers were completely fine and they were not bothering us.
No, but like that when the generation that we're talking about is like in their prime, when everyone's targeting them, like advertisers, like it's not about millennials anymore. Like now we can sit with the Boomers and be like, hey, hey, old friend.
I also I hate like generation talk. Do you know what I mean?
You do.
I hate like the battle of the gens. Like I think it's like the lowest bar for conversation, for comedy, for humor. Like I think so many people's like shtick on the internet is like, I'm so Gen Z coder, I'm so millennial. Like, how about you're just a person? Like seriously, I just
don't want to put a label on it.
No, I don't.
So now you're a person who doesn't want to put a label on it. I'm going to put that label on you.
That's so you to do that.
To say
you're obsessed with labels.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm obsessed with labels.
Before we started the show, I was so unbelievably ravenous.
And now?
Now it's at a place where seriously your arm is looking kind of delicious. Like it's looking like a little.
My arm is always looking delicious.
A little. I can't believe it's not butter spray. I think that could really be delicious.
Okay, I gotta cook her some bread. That's what she said.
I'm so hungry. Thank you guys for an amazing day, for an amazing lifetime. You know, thank you so much for listening to the Toast Millennium Morning Show. We deliver the fast 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. Oh man, I'm literally gonna faint. I'm so hungry. Love ya.
Love ya. Bye.